Hey everybody, this is Minder, and I want to quickly go over the upcoming New World expansion. It's called Nighthaven. It's going to be Season 10, and it's going to be a spooky sort of vampires versus werewolves expansion. It's going to have a new zone called Nighthaven. It's going to be roughly in this area here, and there should be a new main story quest that will go into that area, continuing from the Elysian Wilds story. Um, there's also going to be some new activities. There's going to be a new Outpost Rush map called The Tower. There's a preview for that coming up September 23rd through 30th. So all you Outpost Rushers can try that out and enjoy it. It's supposed to have a lot of verticality to it, being called The Tower. That makes sense. There's also an in-game raid called Isle of Night. It's a 10-player raid. Should have lost enemies, and it's going to be similar in difficulty and duration to the Hive of Gorgons. So there's some fun in-game raid to look forward to there. I'm sure there'll be some vampires and werewolves in there too. There's also going to be a new 3-player mode, which is called Catacombs. It's going to be a procedurally generated timed extraction mode. So 3 players will go in. They'll fight increasingly difficult battles against mobs and bosses, maybe puzzles. They'll gain power-ups as they go through, and they'll collect loot and currencies like cursed silvers and crowns that they'll need to cleanse and extract in time in order to get all of their rewards. If they don't extract in time, they'll get fewer rewards. I don't know exactly how it'll work out, but it sounds like a really fun kind of expedition mode. There's also going to be a level increase to 70, a gear score increase to 800. They're going to add a new currency called Umbral, which is like an old currency, like Umbral shards. And that will be used to increase the gear score of any gear from 700 up to 800. Maybe not any gear, I don't know. 700 to 800 is what they kind of said. And it's going to be a currency, so you'll have a max wallet of 1,000. It's also going to be time limited with like a weekly acquisition rate. That kind of sucks, but I guess we'll see how that goes. They did it for the health of the game, allegedly, so hopefully that'll not be too constrained and burdensome for us to wait to farm. And then the big thing is they're going to redo basically how gear works. They're going to remove attributes from gear. Attributes will now be tied to your player level, which I think is a great change. They're going to have some items have an infix perk, which are going to be similar to artifact unique perks, or maybe some of the sandworm gear that has like the keen shirt or the savior hat for healers. Those would be like kind of special perks that only certain items have, and make those items unique. They're also adding set bonuses to the game, so certain types of sets and combinations of sets will give you unique benefits for wearing, like, say, 2 pieces of gear from a certain set or 4 pieces. There's also some sets that trigger off of 3 and 5 pieces being worn, so you can mix and match different sets of items to have all kinds of combinations of benefits from those set bonuses. And then the big change, at least in my mind, they're kind of transforming all perks into a thing called charms. I think this also includes gem slots, but we don't have super details yet. All of the charm slots are going to have 3 different types. They're going to have offensive, defensive, and skill. And then I guess theoretically all of the perks that they're going to have are going to get transformed into charms, and those charms would also fall into those offensive, defensive, skill categories, so that you will have to have the matching charm slots in order to put the correct charm categories into those. So end game gear chasing for Biss is probably going to look like trying to find a unique gear with a cool infix or a part of a set that has a really good set bonus, and then getting it to roll with all the correct types of charm slots that you want, and then crafting or finding the charms that correspond to the perks that you want to put into those pieces of gear. And then finally, using umbral shards to level that up to 800. And that'll be how you build out your BIS sets. There's a lot coming into this expansion. It comes out on October 13th. That's a Monday. And I'm really excited for it. So thank you for coming to my small TED Talk. Really excited and stoked for this update, and I hope to see you all there. Yeah, take care. Have a good one. Thanks for listening.